ex-wife contacted me out of the blue to tell me her affair partner mistreats her. I'm 31, and my ex-wife Claire is 35. We were married 10 years ago, right when I turned 21 and graduated college. We were married for 5 years. During my whole marriage, I thought we were happy. I certainly was, anyway. I worked in the IT field and still do. We never got into fights during our marriage, and our intimate life seemed to be satisfying. A couple of months before, I finally caught her with her affair partner. She turned cold to me. Whereas before she had loved to initiate intimacy and loved having it with me, suddenly we tapered off. Every day turned into once a week. Then, for the last 2 weeks, before I outed her, not at all. I caught her because she had left her phone out, and it was still open to a naked selfie that she had sent to a number I didn't know. Although I was crushed, I kept my head on and took photos of her with my phone. I saw her message stream with her boyfriend, some guy from the gym that I was paying her bill for. I didn't confront her. The texts told me all I needed to know. They had been screwing while I was at work, in my bed. I just kept quiet. Then the following Saturday, when I knew she would be at her supposed double yoga class, and that's why I'll be gone 3 hours, I loaded my stuff into my car and left. I had talked to a divorce attorney, and I would be fine. I was 25 and didn't have serious money. Her father had passed away and left her like $200K, so she was rolling in dough. I had no claim on that money, nor should I have had one. We had no kids, although she had always claimed we would start having kids when she turned 30. That birthday came and went, but rather than start having kids with me, she decided to just spread her legs for someone else. Although I was the sole income earner, she was in possession of a vast amount of money, by my standards, and also had a college degree and was a school teacher for 2 years before we got married. The divorce papers were left on the kitchen table. Of course, she blew up my phone later with all kinds of apologies and begging and pleading, but I ignored her. A lot of her friends tried to call me and left nasty messages about how I was a coward and never loved her. Otherwise, how could I ghost her? I ignored all of them. The only person I called was the guy's wife, who promptly dumped him, but I guess it worked out for my ex because she and her boyfriend got married just a few months after the divorce finalized. The only time I ever saw her again was in front of the judge to end our divorce case where I had to pay 0 alimony and it was a clean break. She never looked at me once, but kept her head down. She brought her boyfriend from the gym, and he was flexing, trying to look hard like he was going to fight me. I just shook my head at him and thought he gets what he pays for. I've been on dates since then and have had intimacy a few times since then, but have never been in a long-term relationship since. This was my own choice. In a lot of ways, I'm not over my relationship with her. I don't love her anymore, but I'm turned off from loving anyone now. I reconnected with some of my friends I had neglected during my marriage since my wife disapproved of me being friends with anyone. Facebook used to be an app I used, but pretty much anyone I care about, I already see and converse with face-to-face or on the phone, so I never use it anymore. Apparently, Claire had spun a narrative that I was mentally abusive, and that's why she had no choice but to leave me for an affair partner. My parents didn't buy it, and my close associates didn't buy it either. But she tried selling the crap to my boss to get me fired, I guess as revenge against me ruining her boyfriend's mariage. Ironic that she caped for his mariage when it was his new bachelor that helped make a relatively honest woman out of her. I just showed my boss the texts where my ex begged for mercy and forgiveness and admitted she was having an affair and that I was a good husband, etc. He just told me he was sorry and gave me 2 weeks paid off to rest. That's it, drop a follow and hit the like button.